Hi, my name is Carston, and today I'm going to show you how you can create an interactive map using data from Snowflake tables with Honeycomb Maps. Let's get started. So let's say that I am a analyst at a food delivery company, and I want to find new restaurants in Oakland that we should expand to. So I'll go ahead and create a map in Honeycomb, and then let's add some data to this map. This is based on some open data, and each row is a restaurant in the Bay Area. We have a name, a category, latitude and longitude, and then some additional information like the star rating and whether it's on our platform or not. So I'm going to take this query, create a new data source in Honeycomb, and then pull the data in. Now I can see Honeycomb has identified the latitude and longitude automatically, and we have all the other columns available as well. Great, now I have a map showing the location of restaurants in Oakland. Now let's enrich this a little bit. So I want to, I'll call this restaurant locations. And then let's color them by whether they're on our platform or not. Now remember, I'm trying to find restaurants that aren't on our platform yet, but should be. Okay, and now let's create some tooltips. Let's show the name, type of restaurant, the website, and then the star rating and whether it's on our platform. So here's one, Pizza Amigos. It looks like it is on our platform, 3.26 stars. Okay, so this is helpful. Now, what if I just want to see the restaurants that aren't on our platform? So I can add a filter to the map here. We're going to filter from our data source, and we're going to filter on this is on platform flag. Title is it on our app, and let's do a checkbox here. So we just want to see restaurants that aren't on our app. Great. This is already looking really good. Let's say I want more of an overview. So rather than showing individual restaurants, I want to show a heat map of where restaurants that aren't on our platform are. What I can do is add a new map layer with the honeycomb type. So this will automatically create a layer based on H3 cells. Let's call this restaurant. There we go. We'll use our data source, and let's say we want this at H3 resolution 8. Looks good. And we want, a count of ID. So that will show us how many restaurants are in each H3 cell. I think this color scheme is all right, but let's go with the blue so it doesn't clash. And then we can color based on value, and let's add tooltips to this layer as well. And we'll do count of IDs in the tooltip. And then why don't we add an average star rating in the tooltip too. Great, so now we can see which areas have the most restaurants and which areas are a little more sparse. Now, this is looking great. I'm going to add two more things. I'm going to add a count of all of just counting the number of restaurants that are on the map. I can do this with a big number component. Total restaurants on map. And this is going to be an aggregation that's generated on the fly. So I'm going to count the number of unique IDs, and that will display right here. Now, what if we want to let users drill down and filter for a specific area? In that case, we can use a polygon filter. So we can say, okay, users should be able to draw on the map. And let's filter all the other layers. So now that we have this area filter, I'll move it over to the right side. Users can, I'll turn this layer off so it's a little cleaner. Users can draw a specific area. Let's say I'm interested in Berkeley here. And then just look at restaurants in that area. So that's our map. We can also go ahead and set the current view when the map loads for new users, and then we can save the map. Now, this map is saved out to Snowflake, and we can go ahead and share with other users of Snowflake. This is running as a Snowflake native app, which means that every time users access this, they will need to sign in with enforced SSO. Here's our map here. And go ahead and share it with all users in our organization. And so all users now will just have view access. So I can then copy this link. You can go and copy this link and then share it with my team. They can then log in and see our map. Now, because they're just a viewer, they won't be able to edit the map. They'll just be able to look at the data and use the filters that we've configured for them. We can also mark this map as a featured map, which means that it will sit on top here and be available when new users log into the app. So in the last 7.5 minutes, we've created an interactive map that lets you see different restaurants in Oakland. We've started with the point layer. We've also added an H3 layer, which aggregates statistics in real time. We've added some aggregations, like the total number of restaurants on top of the map. And then we've also added the capability to filter for a specific area and filter for whether restaurants are on our platform or not. And this is just scratching the surface of what you can do with Honeycomb, pulling data directly from Snowflake. Now, I mentioned Honeycomb runs as a Snowflake native app. If you're the admin of a Snowflake organization, you have features for fine-grained control of how Honeycomb works in your organization. For example, you can map Snowflake account roles to Honeycomb app roles like administrator, editor, and viewer. And you can also configure how Honeycomb accesses data within your Snowflake account using restricted callers rights. So Honeycomb is really built to fit directly into Snowflake and into your existing Snowflake security model. I'll end there. If you are interested in Honeycomb, you can go install it directly from the Snowflake Marketplace or reach out to our team for a more extensive demo. Thanks.